So first things first, we have to fix our title block. It says preliminary not for construction here, and obviously that's not correct because we've already submitted it and there's revisions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the Manage tab here, and we're going to go over to Global Parameters. Once I get in here, we have all the abilities to edit our title block. Check out the other video I made if you need more help on that. But the important thing here is this Show Preliminary stamp needs to be unchecked because it's on top of this Show Revision Schedules, which also needs to be checked on. So we'll click OK, and when we come back to the sheet, you can see that all of these lines pop up. That's where the revisions are going to populate. Now let's get into clouding and tagging. There's two places that you're going to need to look. One is under this View tab. You're going to have revisions here at the top, and I'll click into that, where you can number by two different ways under this Custom Numbering tab. You can either do it alphanumeric or numeric. Alphanumeric means you could do a custom sequence where I can actually add numbers to these letters. So I could do 1 here, I could do 2 here, and so on. But I cannot change the minimum number of digits or the starting number. So I'm going to cancel that because I don't want to edit it. We'll look at numeric, and likewise you cannot add letters here, but you could still add suffix, prefix, and you can add a minimum number of digits and a starting number. So those are your two options. I'm going to leave it on the default, which is the numbering that we have set up, and I will leave the numbering here on numeric. I will add in here a date. I'll go 109/2023. For description, I'll just put in counter and sync, and I'm going to leave it unchecked for issued. For issued to, I'm going to say addendum 1 or add 1, and issued by I'm going to leave blank, and I'm going to also leave cloud and tags on here, and leave the per project numbering checked as well. If you guys wanted to switch up arc length of your revision clouds, that's also going to be down here. That's not something I normally have to touch. If yours looks different than mine, it's because your project units are different. So that's another thing to consider. Now we'll go back out, and the second place we need to know is under the Annotate tab, there is Revision Clouds, which is right here. I'll click on that, and keep in mind here that you're going to want to use the best shape for what you're circling. So if I'm circling this column here, I could start in the middle and just use a circle. It's pretty effective. Likewise, if it's this countertop, which is what we're doing in this one, a rectangle works well. And I like to do rectangles too for these weird angles. I'll just pull it past, and I'll use the trim command. Mine's TR. Again, if you want to copy my custom shortcuts, they will be in the description. But we use trim there, and just trim this baby down to size. I find that to be the most effective, and I'll click OK. Now, one error I made is I put everything in one revision. You're going to want to not do that. So I'll click in, I'll click copy, delete this. I will click out, CS for create similar. I'll paste it back in, and now we have two. That's all I was doing there. Not important. Just know if both of them are highlighted, you've messed up, and you have to undo it and copy paste the lines back into a new revision cloud. So now that we have both of these revision clouds here, I'm going to hit TG, which is my shortcut for tag, and I will get this triangular shaped tag to pop up and tag my two items here. And you will be able to see over here on the side that counter and sync was in add 1, and you are good to go. Everything's showing up on your sheet, everything's showing up on the right. Now there's a couple ways that you may get some errors, and these are the things that I think are probably most confusing. One would be if we go back up to view and revisions, I will add another revision here so you can see that down at the bottom, and I'm going to leave it as cloud and tag on. So this countertop, if I needed to switch to the second revision, would be either here in the properties panel or up here under the modify once you've selected it. So I'm going to do it here in the properties panel, and I'm going to switch it to revision 2, which has nothing in the tag currently. I'll go in and I can say add 2 for this one. Now I'm going to issue the first. I'm going to issue add one, and I'm going to switch the cloud and tag down to none. So if you watched, that cloud disappeared. The tag that we just added was added to this revision cloud. And the reason that happened is because we issued the revision. So it's showing up here on the side, but it's not showing up in plan. Likewise, another way that these could be hiding per se would be back under the view and back to the revisions. You may have this cloud and tag just set to none, and it may not be issued at all. So make sure that you have that set up correctly. Better yet, just leave the cloud and tag on, and then you're going to see everything the proper way. That's today's information. Happy revisioning, guys. We'll see you in the next one.